it's Nija. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about preparing for the new year, how you can goal set for the new year and get your ish together for the new year. I was a little bit stressed out towards the end of last year because I understood that, oh my god, it's a new year. There's always like this societal pressure to like do something new, do something better, be someone better, and frankly 2020 was kind of rough. So today we're going to talk about how you can go ahead and plan for the next year, how to get your stuff in order and organized, and also how to just mentally feel prepared to take on a new year so that if you have goals or intentions that you're trying to work on this year, you can actually see them manifest. So if this is something that's interesting to you, please thumbs up the video. We're doing a little sit down chat today like we used to do, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to see my face again, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first tip that I have on how to reset and get yourself together for the new year is to reflect. Now, for a lot of us, a lot of things has transpired in the last year, maybe even the last 2 years, the last 3 years. I noticed that when I came to sit down and write my 2021 goals, I couldn't necessarily pinpoint what I wanted it to be because I realized so many things have transpired in the past that have really derailed me or gotten me out of alignment. And so it's really great to reflect over the past, reflect on the highs and the lows of your previous year, and just kind of like there's so much medicine, okay, so much medicine and reflection, okay? The person that you are today is a result of who you were yesterday. So if you want to know how to break limiting beliefs, break habitual patterns that you've been working on, or you know, just be an overall better person, or to even just see what you've been spending all your time doing, because that's a big thing for me. I'll be like, what have I spent this entire year doing? Like, I feel like I didn't accomplish anything. What's going on? Like, obviously I did accomplish things, but when you don't take the time to reflect, you really forget the highs that you know hit this year, like say travel or good experiences, and you also forget about the lows, which sometimes we suppress the lows so that we can forget them. But again, there's medicine in all of it, the highs and the lows. So if you go back and reflect over your life the past year, and for me personally, I had to go back for the past 3 years, okay? I didn't realize I had so much stuff from my past that I had suppressed and kind of tried to get out of my memory and just push to the side and continue to push forward every year. And I noticed I've been doing this since 2017. I haven't really taken the time to just like stop and be like, what have I done from this era of my life to this era of my life? So that's kind of what I did. I pulled out my journal. This is my journal. It's all like written all over because my little niece scribbled on it. But this is my journal. I've been working in this journal all of 2020. So I pulled this journal out. I flipped through some of the pages to reread kind of where my mindset was at previously. And then more than that, I even like, for some people, sometimes you don't keep a journal, and that's okay. If you go into your pictures in your phone and just scroll back through your pictures, you can kind of see what you were taking a picture of all through the year. Sometimes you take screenshots, sometimes like you had a really good experience and you took a picture. So going through your camera roll and looking at the previous year is a really great way to see what you've been up to, where your attention kind of went, point out some of the highs and the lows that you've experienced through the year. Just a really great reflecting session is a really good way to just get everything out of you and onto paper, and then you can really put it in the past. It no longer has to linger around you, or you no longer have to subconsciously carry it around you, because you just get rid of it, okay? Acknowledge that these things happen, good or bad, high or low. Acknowledge it, right? If you had a win that year, praise yourself for the win. If you had a loss or something bad that happened, acknowledge that it happened. Again, acknowledgement, shining light on the things, you know, good or bad that have happened, is the only way to move forward and also take the lessons and knowledge out of everything that you've done. Literally going back and extracting all of the gold nuggets of who you were, how you became that way, and how you got certain habits that you had. It can all be broken down through reflection. So like I said, that was the first thing that I did, and I want to share with you guys a few things that I wrote down. Here are some highs and lows. And remember, I said I had to go all the way back to 2017 because I didn't realize that again, I hadn't reflected since 2017, and there was just so much stuff that had transpired that I kind of like, the years just kept rolling through fast, 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 and I never took the time to reflect. So for those of you guys who don't know, I actually graduated college in 2018. So I went back and revisited the college version of myself during this time period, because I really wanted to see, like, what was she up to and how did I become this person that I am today? So I had to do this reflection, okay? So here was my little roadmap. So in 2017, I moved into my first apartment. I purchased my dog, Michi. I went to Mexico for the first time, which was such an incredible experience. In 2017, I went to the Bahamas with my family. And then in okay, so those were all like my big things that kind of happened for me in 2017. And then I went on to 2018. Now, remember, you don't have to go back this far. If you remember what you were up to back then and you feel like you've made amends with the past, it's totally fine. You don't need to go back this far. But like I said, I felt the need to go back this far because I was looking at my life and I was like, what have I been up to for these past 3 years? Like, how did I get here? Who am I? How, you know what I mean? Like, just how. So anyway, yes, let's keep it moving. So let's see, 2018, the biggest thing of this year was I went to Bali, and guys, I really felt like my soul ignited in this experience of going to a whole new country, submersing myself in a whole new culture. It was the greatest thing that I experienced. If you want to see my Bali vlog, I have vlogs. I'll leave it up in the cards for you guys to see. But yeah, okay, so 2018, I graduated college. I went to New York by myself for the first time to meet up with some friends. I found out I was having some relationship issues in 2018, right? And then also in 2018, I had gotten evicted from my very first apartment, which was like, what? You know, like this is actually really traumatic, and I didn't realize that I had suppressed this energy. And the reason why I think this happened is because, you know, growing up, I was never financially literate. I never had anyone to teach me about finances and credit and income and things like that. Not making excuses, but again, just you can see how you became or how you got to the version of yourself that you are today through reflection. And this was something really big. Like, it was like my first big failure. Like, I really felt like I failed. I let myself down. I let my family down. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to feel that way, because this unfortunately happens to a lot of people. You know, like, their finances just get away from them, right? I'm grateful that this happened to me when I was still a extremely young adult, so that obviously I'm going to bounce back and get back on track from, you know, the mishaps from 2 years ago. But again, this was something that was really traumatic to me, and me going back and putting a spotlight on that and realizing, hey, this was a big deal to me back then. It really did help me to heal and reflect, and also take the medicine out of it and remind myself how important it is for me to be financially stable and independent and financially free, so that this no longer has to happen. So let's keep going. I went to the Dominican Republic in 2018. I moved into my my partner's family house, because remember I said I got evicted. So this was like a big period for me, also dealing with self-worth, right? Like feeling like I wasn't worthy of supporting myself. I couldn't feel financially responsible for myself, right? So this kind of started to give me certain limiting beliefs, and I didn't realize I had those limiting beliefs until I went back and reflected on this period of my life. So let's keep it moving. Let's see. I got new jobs. I went to New York City. I met my friend Ashley for the first time. We met in New York. I started a spirituality channel. So now we're in 2019, okay? So the year before coronavirus hit. So the year before coronavirus, and the reason why I wanted to go back to the year before coronavirus hit is because I was like, what was I up to before this pandemic even happened? Like who was I? What was I up to, right? In 2019 also, I had gotten my car repossessed. Again, a really big low in my life. And you know, I'm being really transparent by sharing all of this with you. But I'm also sharing this because I know my life is going to look extremely drastically different by the end of this year, and even by the next year. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because, you know, YouTubers kind of have this persona like my life is so perfect, everything works out for me, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, we're real humans too, and this stuff happens to everyone. So if I can be transparent and share with you guys the highs highs and lows that I've experienced in my life, we can all learn together and all move on together, okay? So if you have like things in your past that you really feel a lot of shame about, like an eviction or repossession or the ending of a marriage or ending of a relationship, anything like that that you've experienced, you can move on from it, but don't suppress that it happened. Again, there's medicine in the fact that you've experienced these things, and maybe one day you're going to be able to teach other people from your experiences. So don't try and hide it and don't feel ashamed of it, okay? So now let's move into 2020, the year of the pandemic, right? So in the beginning of 2020 started out really great for me. I actually started up a tarot business with my girlfriend Kate. We would go to this cafe called the Green Cat Cafe and read tarot every Tuesday, and we ended up making a decent amount of money from that. But then of course coronavirus hit, so I wrote in February to March of 2020, the pandemic started, and you know, obviously coronavirus outbreak, blah blah blah. And then in March 2020, my dad actually ended up passing away, not from coronavirus, but I think like all, you know, like everything that was happening in the world probably just really took a toll on his body. So I did experience loss in 2020. Yeah, and then in April 2020 I started my hair company, which I'm going to be putting more energy into that. It's by no means like complete or anything, but I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that I was creating things, right? And then what happened next? I went to my first online bloggers summit in May of 2020, and then in June of 2020 I booked a luxurious penthouse with my girlfriend Ashley in Atlanta, Georgia. So it was a super amazing, incredible experience, and that was probably one of the highlights of my 2020, getting to have that influencer experience and going on my first influencer trip, and like going on the trip specifically to get content. So that was the first time that I ever did that, and it was really exciting for me. The next thing is August 2020, I moved into a hotel. So I was having a lot of relationship issues, relationship drama in my life, so I had to get away from it all. So I moved into a hotel. That happened in 2020. And then what else happened? I said in October of 2020 I went to Georgia again to see my girlfriend Ashley for her birthday, which was a really great time. And then the last thing that I can recall for 2020, December, I went to New York for my birthday, and that was such an amazing experience. Okay, so that was me reflecting on the last 3 years of my life, because I was like, where the heck have I been? Have I even accomplished anything? Like what? You know what I mean? So that's the significance of going back and reflecting over your life, to show you how far you've come, show you how many obstacles you've already faced and you've already conquered, to show you how strong you are for the next year, and how, you know, you have so many life experience, so much life experience under your belt already, right? So that's why we reflect. There's medicine in your past, okay? All right, so here's step number 2. Now that you've reflected on the life that you've lived in the past year, past 2 years, past 3 years, again, you don't have to go back that far. That was just a personal choice for me, because I was like, where have I been? So once you go back and reflect on what you need to reflect on, right? Now you want to ask yourself, who do I want to be now, right? So who do you want to be now? Ask yourself that question, and that is a really great journal prompt that you can do as well. Make a, like, you can either write a letter to yourself and say like, dear Nija, this is who I anticipate being, this is who I want to be, this is who I feel I'm meant to be. Or you can even just, you know, be super casual about it and just start making bullet point lists of the new personality traits or new qualities that you want to adopt that you might not have had in the past. So that is step 2. Figure out who do you want to be now that you're undergoing, you know, a new transformation, wanting to change your life, wanting to up level yourself again. Who do you want to be? Okay, don't skip that step. Ask yourself, who do you want to be, because your goals and intentions are going to be in alignment with this new version of yourself that you want to be. It doesn't matter what you do, it matters who you are becoming in the process of what you're doing. Okay, so that is my tip number 2. So my tip number 3 is, what are your goals and intentions? So now that you know who you want to be in the upcoming year, now you can start to create goals and intentions that are in alignment with that version of yourself that you want to become. So I really like to break it down. I don't want to overwhelm myself personally with a million different goals. I know sometimes people have like 10 goals, 15 goals, 20 goals a year, and I just feel like that's a little bit, like that's a lot. Like if you have a big overlying goal and you break it down into little steps, that's going to be more efficient than having 20 different goals and like 8 different aspects of your life. So it really makes more sense to get very strategic and specific about what in your life right now needs the most refinement, because everything in your life might not be in shambles. Maybe you need a complete life reset and everything is in shambles, but start with the most important thing to you. So for me personally, I knew that the most important thing for me that I wanted to work on this year were my finances, and then I have a few personal goals. So these were the 2 areas of my life that I am really highlighting this year. But for you, it could be anything. It could be your finances, it could be your friendships, it could be your relationships, it could be your body and your health. You know, like these are the main areas of your life. Pick which ones are most important and focus your energies and efforts in those areas. So like I said, for me, I have a financial goal and then personal goals, right? So then you are going to go to the drawing board and start working on creating a list of your goals. So you can be old-fashioned and just write them down in your journal. I did like write down my goals, like, let me see. I wrote them down, like, you know, like I did like a giant brain dumping session about like what I thought my goals should be. And then after I dumped it all out, I have to show you guys my secret weapon. This is my life binder, my business binder. I've actually showed you guys this before. This is my life binder for this year though. The last one that I showed you guys was blue, but I always have a vision board on the front of my life binder. And so after I took the time to brainstorm all the things that I wanted to manifest this year, I went ahead, I'm so professional, it's just ridiculous. I went ahead and printed and put it in a sleeve, my 2021 goals. So some things that I wrote down on my list of 2021 goals, like I told you, I broke it down into 2 categories, financial goals and personal goals. So my financial goals, I want to make $5,000 consistently every month from my brand in a way that makes me feel like I'm in bliss and I love what I do and I really enjoy it. So that's kind of the distinction. A lot of people might think like 5,000 really isn't that much money, and you're right, it's not. But to gain that money in an avenue that makes me so happy and brings me so much joy and so much bliss, that is the intention, not just to have the money. Because I could just go out today and get a job and like get the money, but it wouldn't be in the way that's going to really satisfy my soul. And I really feel like I'm here to crack the code of how to financially free myself in a way that makes me feel so blissful. Okay, that is my goal this year. I don't want to make money doing just anything. I want to feel really, really, really good and in love with the ways that I make money. So that was my one of my financial goals. And then I also have to pay off some debts that I have. And then I want to get a new credit card, and I want to raise my credit score. And lastly, I want to have $10,000 in savings. So you can see I have 5 financial goals, but understand they're all under the financial umbrella. So that just, it makes it easier for me, because in my brain now I know I'm focusing on finances this year. Finances, finances, finances. I don't have to worry about this and this and this and this and this and this and this. My vision, tunnel vision on the finances. So those are my 5 financial goals that I have. And then I have 3 personal goals. And my personal goals are focus on myself, what I'm creating this year. So that was my #1 personal goal this year. Focus on yourself, focus on yourself, focus on yourself. And I knew that it was important to make this my goal this year, because when I did my reflection, I noticed that the past years when I was struggling in life, I was struggling because I wasn't focusing on myself. I was focusing on my partner and my relationships and on my friendships, you know what I mean? Like all my energy just going out in different directions, and none of it was going on me. None of it was going directed in the areas of my life that I needed to work on and I needed to fix. So my #1 personal goal this year is to focus on yourself. Okay, I have it written on my vision board too, and I'll show you guys that. But yeah, focus on yourself. And my 2nd personal goal is to to rent out my new luxury apartment. So you guys, you know, this is it was my goal last year. I didn't manifest it, and now I know why I didn't manifest it. Again, because I wasn't focusing on myself, and also it was just the year of the pandemic, so I feel like everybody's attention was more so on the outer world, and I don't know, maybe people were focusing on themselves, but I personally was not really focusing on myself and my finances and the things that I needed to be focused on. So this year I am like, again, tunnel vision, focus on yourself mode, right? Okay, so the last personal goal that I have after renting my luxury apartment is to look and feel amazing. Okay, so this one is a little bit broad, and I don't suggest that you make a broad goal, but just to look and feel amazing. I want to, you know, like just really, when I look in the mirror, I really want to look and feel amazing. So that just is what it is. So I wrote down my financial and personal goals, and then I broke it down into quarters. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but I broke down my goals into quarters. So this just allows you to have more freedom in how you create and how you get to that end goal by breaking it down into quarters. So I broke all my goals down into 4 quarters. So the first quarter is January through March, second quarter is April through June, third quarter is July through September, fourth quarter is October through December. And basically, in the quarter section is where I break down each goal into action-oriented steps, okay? And that is actually our next tip. So tip number 4 is to create systems to get the things done, okay? So now that you know what you want to achieve, you know what your intentions are, you know what your goals are, now it's so important to break down those big, hairy, scary goals down into action steps, because action steps are the only way that you're going to see these things manifest, because if not, it's just a wish and it's not gonna happen, right? It's just a wish. So the action steps are the energy that we create that actually attracts us closer to what we're trying to attain or trying to manifest. So whatever your action steps are, big or small, taking action steps is going to be the footstep in the right direction, bringing you to your goals. So I think that's a big thing that a lot of people kind of mess up on when it comes to creating their goals and intentions. They don't make clear action steps. The action steps can be turned into systems. Systems are repeatable actions that you do to get a particular outcome. And what is the outcome? Your goal or your intention. So that's why systems are so important. They're used to actualize your manifestation and actualize your goals. So don't skip out on creating systems. Don't skip out on creating action steps to actually organize all the things that you want to do. So like I said, when I broke down my year into quarters, into the 4 quarters, I wrote down the action steps, what action steps I'm going to take in each quarter, okay? So each quarter has a particular different steps, or a particular different set of action steps that I'm going to be working on each month. And again, this really just helps to bring you closer to your goal without it being so daunting and hard to break down, right? And also, I do suggest to print out your goals and just put them somewhere out and open where you can see them on a regular basis, okay? Because seeing your goals in front of your face every single day, again, helps you to realign every single day to the version of yourself that you want to be. Okay, here is my last step, and then I'm going to show you guys my vision board. Step number 5 is your mindset is everything, okay? So this could have easily been the first thing that we mentioned, but I wanted to allow you to create your goals and, you know, your intentions, right? And now this is the big key. This is the most important thing right here. Your mindset. If you believe that you cannot get these things done, you will never get them done. If you believe you can get them done, you will get them done. So you might think that your goal is really big and you're a little bit apprehensive of, I don't know if I can get it done. This is where mindset comes in. Even if you currently don't believe that you can have what you say that you want, the way that you trick yourself into believing that you can have what you say that you want is by working on your mindset. So it's something that I do is every single day I encourage myself. So this is a little bit more than just a daily meditation, but every day I say my affirmations. I'll listen to affirmations on YouTube. This just kind of helps me to install positive programs into my mindset, okay? So when my mind is running on autopilot, it autopilots back to the positive affirmations I've installed into myself, okay? So get motivation every single day. So let's say you have financial goals. Get motivation on financial stuff every single day. This is the only way to continue to feed your mind, your body, your soul, the information that you need to progress, okay? If you have financial goals and you're not listening to people who are financially literate, it's gonna be really hard for you to learn to be that kind of person. Again, if you have health or body or fitness goals and you don't listen to people who know a thing or two about health, fitness, and dietitian, you're not gonna get as far as you could. I was trying to say further, but that doesn't make sense. You're not gonna get as far as you could if you didn't introduce these new ideas and concepts to yourself, right? So every single day, motivate yourself pertaining to what you're trying to achieve. So whatever your goal is, go on YouTube and research how to make it happen or how to feel good about it happening. Or even if you have to, go on your voice memo on your phone and make your own affirmations saying, you're gonna be successful at this. You're gonna do amazing. I believe in you. I'm so excited for you. You're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to encourage yourself. It's no one's job on the planet to encourage you but you. I guess if you got a coach, that would be their job. But if you want to get far in life, you have to know how to be self-encouraging and self-motivating, especially when times get hard, because they do get hard. And that's one thing that we can count on, is things getting hard. If you have installed the positive programming into your mindset will auto default to the positive and you will not have to dwell on the negative, okay? So that is why mindset is so important. Encouraging yourself every day about your goals is so important. Looking at your vision board every day is so important. Talking to people that you trust about your goals and dreams and intentions is so important, because again, right now, when you have your initial dream, it just exists in your head, okay? It hasn't materialized. Once you start talking about it, that's the first form of manifestation, right? So you're talking about it. That's vibration. That's creating vibration. Sound is vibration, right? And then after you start talking about it, you feel good about it, right? You start to feel confident about it. Your words are making you feel more and more confident. And then you actually want to start taking action steps to see it further manifest. So that's why it's so significant to do all of these things, right? And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. No one can bring your goals into reality except for you. They have been given to you for a reason. You are the parent of these goals and dreams, and it's up to you to allow them to materialize into your reality, okay? It is meant for you. And how I know it's meant for you? Because you even have the desire to want it in the first place. And that's where it all begins. We don't have our desires, goals, and dreams by accident or by mistake, okay? There is a reason why you want the things that you want, and it is meant for you, okay? You have to basically fight the demons within yourself to actually help it to manifest, okay? So yeah, here's the last thing I want to show you guys. I want to show you my 2021 vision board, and also I want to give you guys a quick little tour. This is my binder, like I said, and I highly suggest you guys making a binder like this to help keep you organized for the year. The first page is just a vision board that I made for my finances, and then when I open it up, I have more vision boards, which I'm going to show you my vision boards in a second. But yeah, so I have vision boards first thing when you open it. And then the next page I have is my 2021 goals. This is the page I was just showing you guys. And then the next thing I have in my binder is my budget for the year. So here's my $5,000 budget. And you guys can do the same thing. If there's an amount of money that you want to start making in the new year, you can make a monthly budget, and like basically it's like acting as if you make the budget, and then you show yourself how you would spend that money once you got it. And then once you see how you would spend the money once you got it, it's easier for you to put in the energy and effort to manifest the money, or to, you know, do the action steps to attain the money, because you know you have a purpose for the money. Whereas if you don't say you have a purpose for the money. It's harder to save up for something if you don't know what it's going to be for. You can still do it, but it's easier to save up once you know you have a purpose for that money, so you need that money. Okay, so what else is in my binder? Oh, I have my bills tracker, which I haven't started filling it out yet, but essentially this is my bills tracker, and basically it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll write down the description of the bill, and every month I'll just give myself a little check mark once I pay that bill. So yeah, that is what's in the front portion of my binder. The rest of this binder just has like my different income streams and all of my work related stuff. I make like little boards and stuff like that pertaining to my work and how I make money. So yeah, I keep all of that in this binder, and this binder is literally, sorry, there's a plane going by. Okay, it's going away. This binder is basically like my best friend for the year. Like, this is my companion binder. Any and everything that I need is in this binder. My goals are in this binder. My vision boards are in this binder. So like, if I ever get derailed at all through the year, everything I need is in this binder. So you really want to help support yourself and set yourself up for greatness by having something like a binder or a notebook or journal, you know, just somewhere that you can go to that has all of your goals and like interests and everything like that, so that you can always go back to that point of reference whenever you feel lost throughout the year, which it does happen. Okay, like things just start happening and bombarding you left and right, and you know, you make new friends, and you know what I mean, like you really get lost in the sauce. So this companion binder is just so great because it just shows you again and again and again, this is what I'm focused on, this is what's important to me, this is what I have to keep, you know, maintaining and doing. So yes, that is my binder. Okay. So here is my 2021 vision board. It has pictures of the new apartment that I'm trying to manifest this year that I'm super excited about. It says, I am confident in what I'm creating. Create. Focus on yourself. I told you guys that was a big thing for me this year. Being more disciplined, more self-love, self-care. Okay, I have some of my favorite influencers up here if you recognize them. I got all these pictures from Pinterest. Here's my little home office that I'm manifesting. Me doing more photo shoots is what I'm manifesting over here. So that's this side, and then over here, this is my financial my finances and my financial vision board. So this one is just for like my personal. Remember I told you I broke down my goals into two things, personal and finances. This is my personal vision board, which has like, you know, just me loving myself, self-care, focusing on myself, and also my new apartment. And then over here is all finance related. So getting a new credit card. I have a successful online business. This is just like subscriber count. I would love to hit 25K on YouTube this year, which is totally doable. And then like the $10,000 I want to save this year, raising my credit score to 700, blah blah blah. So this is my vision board. Consistency. I love the idea of like being able to work wherever I want. So I have lots of beautiful women working in beautiful places, like at home or out of the country, and like just really working hard. This is someone doing photography because I'm into that. And yeah, so there are my 2021 vision boards. Okay. And then like I said, I also have this one out here on the front, but this one is more so like this one kind of is an income driven vision board as well. But yeah, I really love making vision boards. Like I said, I go on Pinterest to find the images and stuff like that, and then I just print them out. And yeah, those are my vision boards. I hope you guys like them. I hope you guys enjoyed the vision boards. I think the most important thing about vision boards is that it just reminds you of you. So I really try to have like black women on my vision board because obviously I am black, and it just helps me to really see myself in that version of myself. Also, something that you guys can do, which this is the greatest thing that I've done and I'm really excited about this, but it's really simple. Don't just have a vision board, but also change the home screen of your phone to a picture of what you're trying to manifest. So this is a picture of Hilo Lux. Oop, let me see. Hilo Lux from YouTube. I love her and I love her Instagram, but I love this picture because it looks like, ooh, hello, can we stay on? Yeah, it looks like me sitting in my new apartment. I love the decor. I love her looking all happy and cutesy in her apartment, and this is really the energy and vibes I'm trying to channel this year. So also, with making a vision board, also go ahead and update your phone screensaver, because constantly seeing the version of yourself that you want to be every day can be really exciting. If you don't have a picture that you want to use, you can also just like write some affirmations like on Canva or something and make that your home lock screen. So yeah, those are my ideas about vision boarding and visualizing like what you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's so important to see what you want, because our subconscious mind can't communicate through words. It communicates through visions and through sight. So if you can show your subconscious mind, show yourself, this is what I want, this is what's important to me, okay? You're absorbing the images, and now your brain can start channeling in and zeroing in on these experiences because you've pinged them as important to yourself. All right, so that's the significance of the vision boards. I've made a vision board every single year. Let me pull out my 2020 vision board real quick because I want to show you guys. Actually, you've already seen it. You guys can check up in the cards to see my previous vision board, but I love that vision board too. But a lot of things that I wanted to manifest in 2020 didn't manifest, again, because I wasn't focusing on myself. I was focusing on everything outside of myself. So we're redirecting that focus this year. And yeah. All right, you guys, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you have some inspiration for the new year that you can take with you. Really take advantage of doing those journal prompts, reflecting and writing out your goals. And then when you're ready, print out a sheet that tells you all of your goals. Go ahead and make that vision board, put it out somewhere that you're going to see every single day, like on your wall or on the front of your work binder, and really just kill it this year. And remember, don't overwhelm yourself with all the things, okay? Pick a few things that you really want to master this year and just set your attention on that, okay? You don't have to be a superhuman. You don't have to follow what your peers are doing just because someone says they want to do a million things this year. If it doesn't feel realistic to you, reach for something that feels realistic to you so that you really can have the motivation to get it done because you truly believe that it can happen, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you in my next video. Happy New Year and happy manifesting, happy goal setting. Let's crush it this year. And you know, my word of this year is just ease. Ease and bliss. I'm so over the hustle culture. I'm so over feeling like I have to grind to be successful. I think it's gonna happen either way, okay? I would rather feel really happy and really good about what I'm creating than feeling like I'm, you know, crushing my spirit to achieve some silly goal. Like, isn't our happiness the most important thing at the end of the day, right? So don't buy into hustle culture. You're going to get where you're going exactly when you're meant to get there. And, you know, just enjoy the ride. Do it with ease. Feel with bliss, okay? I really hope that you guys are able to achieve your goals this year. If this video was helpful, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button as well as subscribe if you're new to the channel because I post new videos every week. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye!